Former Nigerian heads of state and presidents were on Friday unanimous in their view that generating employment and growing the economy, including through direct foreign investments, were critical to checking youth restiveness. This was part of their conclusions at the end of an emergency consultation with them by President Muhammadu Buhari via video conferencing over the social and security developments in parts of the country in the last few days. At the meeting were all living past leaders, including General Yakubu Gowon, General Olusegun Obasanjo, Gen. Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida, Chief Ernest Shonikan, General Abul Salami Abubakar, and former President Goodluck Jonathan. The former heads of state, according to a statement issued by Special Advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Mr. Femi Adesina, also condemned the divisive and inciting pronouncements of separatists and were of the opinion that such acts should be stopped. They also expressed their condolences to the bereaved families of civilians, policemen and soldiers killed as a result of the violent protest, and reaffirmed the commitment to respect the fundamental rights of citizens, including for peaceful protests as enshrined in the Constitution. Equally, the former leaders commended the actions taken by governors to address the demands of the ENDSARS protesters and their efforts to check the excesses of those who perpetrated violent acts and conduct. Finally, they called on youths to pursue peaceful means in seeking redress through engagement with government and encouraged further conversation with the youth and other stakeholders in the country. Meanwhile, addressing his predecessors during the virtual meeting, President Buhari said it was unfortunate that the initial genuine and well-intended protest of youths in parts of the country against the Special Anti-Robbery Squad (SARS) was hijacked and misdirected. The president reiterated that the government would not fold its arms and allow miscreants and criminals continue to perpetrate acts of hooliganism in the country. The president restated the initial concessions made by his administration on the demands of youths protesting against the excesses of some members of the SARS. He recalled that the youths had demanded that the squad be disbanded, and further articulated the additional demands, including, immediate release of all arrested protesters, justice for deceased victims of police brutality and appropriate compensation for their families, setting up an independent body to oversee the investigation and prosecution of all reports of police misconduct within 10 days, psychological evaluation and retraining of all disbanded SARS officers before they can be redeployed, and increase in police salary. The president declared, "We accepted all the demands and proceeded immediately to scrap SARS and started the process of addressing the other demands." Unfortunately, the protesters refused to call off the protest and engage the government to address their grievances. Instead, they became emboldened and gradually turned violent. President Buhari expressed concern that in the mayhem that ensued, many lives have been lost and a number of public and private properties completely destroyed or vandalized. Each of the former leaders commended President Buhari for steps taken so far to restore calm and order to the country and also applauded the presidential broadcast of Thursday as detailed and soothing to the country. "I commend the speech of last night. The nation had been waiting. You made points that I believe need to be commended. Peaceful demonstration is part of democratic practice. The demands of the genuine protesters were accepted, and you are working on implementation. We commend you," former President, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, said.